What we're going to do now is the first in a series of videos about the keys to developing skill with rhetoric. We're going to start with key number 1, which is understanding persona. Let's begin with a definition of persona. Persona is defined as the narrator or speaker in a work, and sometimes this persona is identified with the author. So let's begin to understand what that means. A person who understands persona is able to do two different things. First thing, that person can speak or write so that the audience perceives a distinct character. This is about building voice into your writing. The second thing is that writer who understands persona can make inferences and judgments about the character and personality of another writer or speaker. And by doing this, I mean you know how to analyze how that writer made appeals to the audience and invited the audience to interact with what he or she had written. So you benefit from understanding persona both as a speaker and writer, and also as a listener and reader. So it is very important that you begin to understand persona. What this means, understanding persona, is it means that you can understand tone as a writer and as a reader. And understanding tone is very, very important. This gives you the way to tell if a writer's being serious, if they're being lighthearted, if they're angry, if they're happy, sad, or if they're just neutral. They're trying to present the facts and not take one side or the other. When you understand persona, you can detect irony. In other words, if the writer's saying one thing but actually means another, you get that. And a lot of times this is done in a humorous way or in an overly serious way that allows you to understand that that's not really what they mean. They're using those words and that phrasing to make a point, and you don't take things too literally. When you understand persona, you understand that it's about developing a voice, and most writers want that persona and the voice that they're using in their writing to be a reflection of who they really are. Sometimes, though, writers will take on another mask, another persona, to use for comic effect or to emphasize the seriousness of the position that they believe in. In other words, they may adopt a different type of character for one writing or another because they need that for the particular point that they're trying to make. So let's go and get a little background on the term persona. In ancient Greek, the persona meant the mask that actors wore when they performed. Now, it was either a very exaggerated smile or a very exaggerated frown. We've come to see these as a symbol of the theater, comedy and tragedy, and we've seen them all 100 times. Today, the word persona is used to show the artfulness or the creativity of the writer's creation of voice, how they've deliberately chosen words, how they tell the story, and how they use repetition of certain words and phrases so that readers can hear the voice that the author has chosen to be the most effective in the way that they're writing. The mask that you wear as a writer, it's not designed to hide you from your readers. What it's designed to do is interact with them purposefully and effectively so that what you write and what they read get the most meaning completely. So you want to make sure that your readers understand the point that you're trying to make, whether it's in a nonfiction piece, whether it's in a persuasive essay, whether it's in a short story or a poem. You put on persona to help your readers, not to hide yourself from them. So it's really about being very honest with your readers as a writer and allowing them to see what you want them to see so that they get the most out of what you've written. And that's very important. So that was key number 1 about understanding persona. And we'll explore some more keys to developing skill with rhetoric in upcoming videos.